my name is Sophie and welcome to my channel where I'll be talking about anime or otaku related stuff. Today I'm going to speak about Ghost Hunt and this video will probably contain spoilers. Ghost Hunt first aired on October 4, 2006 and ended at March 28, 2007. It is a light novel adaptation written by Fuyumi Ono and it has to do about horror, supernatural, mystery, comedy sometimes, and it is actually a shoujo. So, it starts with our protagonist, Mai, who has a hobby with her friends to talk about ghost stories whenever they're at school. One day, they're talking about this school building that they have abandoned, and while they're talking about this school building and the horror stories that it has, they were interrupted by a mysterious figure who is soon found to be Shibuya Kazuya, the young president of the Shibuya Psychic Center, a place where people go in order to tell him to go investigate ghost hunts or something like that. Shibuya was also asked to come by their headmaster to check out the old building because the rumors that have gone by there are getting extreme. And the next day, when Mai passed the school in question, she sees a camera inside, and curious as she was, she enters the building, and without knowing it, she was actually surprised by one of Kazuya's assistants, and she falls over the camera and hits the assistant, injuring him. So now we have a broken camera and an injured assistant. Mai, without knowing it, interrupted the investigation. So what Kazuya does, because Mai cannot pay for the camera, he says to her that you will have to work for me because you'll have to pay for the camera, and also I'm missing an assistant because of you right now. And that's why Mai was forced to work with Shibuya Kazuya, and also she calls him Naru from narcissist. In Japanese, narcissist is not narcissist but narushishisuto or something like that, I do not know, but she calls him Naru from narcissist. That nickname, actually, everyone in the group of Kazuya is taking it. We have Houshou. He is a Japanese monk who was coming down from the mountains and he plays in a band now. We have Ayako, who is self-proclaimed shrine maiden, and I'm saying self-proclaimed because she was not raised to a shrine in order for her to be called shrine maiden. We have John Brown, who is an Australian priest. Yes. We have Masaki, who is a psychic who can sense and see the future or something like that. And last one is Yasuharu Osamu, who is just a normal human being, but he helps them with the investigation, with the intelligence stuff. And then we have Mai, who at the beginning, she was like a normal human being, but later on the anime, we understand that she has some kind of weird psychic abilities. She can actually not see quite the future. Yes, she can quite see the future, but there are something like hallucinations or small dreams. She doesn't not see completely the future, she just see fragments of it. And at the beginning, she did not accept that kind of power she has. She tried to submerge it, not to tell many people that she has this kind of strange ability, because she thought that she is going crazy, and she thought that this kind of ability does not need it to be told to the people around her. But actually this ability of hers was useful in one of the arcs. So the anime starts off easy, you could say, someone could say, based on how much the hunted was going on. So we have the school, who was actually something kind of prank thing, the school, but then we have more serious hunts, and then one of the most serious and the arc that I liked was actually the Bloody Stained Labyrinth. For me, that arc was scary. I was afraid on that arc. I was literally afraid. I mean, I watched it, I had finished it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm afraid to go alone in the dark now. And yes, Blood Stained Labyrinth for me is one of the best arcs the Ghost Hunt had to offer. In Bloodstained Labyrinth, what their job was to investigate a house. Someone they knew actually asked them to go there, and they went there. The strange things about this house, this man or this villa, whatever it was that when you went inside, it had so many doors and so many passages. Yeah, it was literally a labyrinth, and you could easily get lost in that mansion. For me, it was the scariest because they weren't alone. They had another team with investigators, ghost hunt investigators, and that ghost hunt investigators actually was killed. Little by little, the members of that ghost hunt were actually minimized, while we have our Shibuya's kind of ghost hunt investigation that was still intact. Unfortunately, some things strange happened, and Masaki was actually kidnapped by the I don't know what kind of creature that was, but she was kidnapped by that creature. And thankfully, May was able to see it in her dreams, and she helped Masaki get out of it because only she could telepathically conversate with Masaki. So the thing is, the monster that they had to go against was a creature that believed that if they bath in other people's blood, they will live forever. I have heard that rumor, that thing they say about the blood bath. I don't know if it's completely true, but it was not the first time that I heard the blood bath in Ghost Hunt. I heard the blood bath in a lot of things. In the medieval ages, probably they used it. I don't know, because that rumor, that thing, that myth, that legend actually comes from the medieval ages, and I hope that nobody does it. After saving Masaki, they burned the mansion, hoping that they could burn the ghost, whatever it was, with it. What actually the person that owned the mansion wanted was not to burn the mansion, but to get the ghost thing out of it. But unfortunately, you cannot do anything in that because that thing will continuously live in there no matter what we could do. And the best choice they could ever have was to burn the building. And I was like, yes, you have to burn the freaking building. That way, the monster cannot get away. End of question. End of anything. I don't know why the owner of the mansion really wanted to keep the mansion. I mean, like, do you really want to stay in a mansion that has this blood-stained history behind it? No, I wouldn't. So yeah, burn it. It's better that way. One of the characters that I forgot to say was Lin Kaju. He is also one of the people that did not have magical abilities, but he was something like Naru's bodyguard, and at the beginning he hated Mai for being Japanese. I don't know how I should have taken that back then, but Mai's response to that was very good. What she told him was, do not hate me because I'm Japanese, but hate me because I'm me. I think because she said that, Lin actually took a liking on her, and when I say liking, not a romantic liking, a liking as a human being, okay? And they had a good relationship till the end. One of the people that May did not have a nice relationship was with Masaki, because Masaki was also in love with Naru, and I'm saying also because May is in love with him too. So yes, they were love rivals, those two girls. Fuyumi Ono actually said that Mei and Naru will end up together in the manga, in the light novel that she was reading, but what she said was that she's not going to show it because she's not a romantic type of person. She's just going to mention it, maybe show them together for one moment, but she is not a romantic type of author who we could see that in Shiki too, and we see it in Ghost Hunt too. As an animation, Ghost Hunt for a 2006 anime was pretty good for me. For me, it was a pretty good, and the English dub, I had no problem with it. I watched it in English dub, and I had no problem, literally no problem. Okay, maybe some moments where they scream. I never like when people scream, either be in English, either be in Japanese, either be in any kind of language. When they scream, I find it cringy. So yes, I don't like it. But aside from that, the English dub was fine. I believe in the old anime, the English dub is always a little bit better than the new ones. I haven't heard many new English dub, but Ghost Hunt English dub was fine, was nice. The character development was nice, where the only character we see developing was actually May, because she was developing while all the other characters probably they had developed on their own kind of way, and they weren't showing it so much in the series. When we found out about Naru's history and what happened in his past and why he has come to Japan, yeah, it's a little sad for seeing him trying to find his lost brother. His background story was actually sad too, because she seems like this happy and easygoing girl with no problems in her life, and when we found out that she has no parents and she lives alone, yeah, even Masaki got sad for her because she lived alone, and maybe that's also the reason Naru found something in common with her, because Naru was also alone in search of the person that killed his brother. We see sometimes in Mei's dreams a figure looking like Naru helping her with her abilities. That's not actually Naru, that's Naru's brother. Yes, that's why it's a completely different personality, because Naru's brother was kind, he was kind at least. In total, everything that I could say for Ghost Hunt was an amazing anime, and probably, even though Noragami was the one that had me search for anime, Ghost Hunt was the anime that when I was watching it, I was like, yes, right now, for the rest of my life, I'm going to watch anime because Ghost Hunt exists. And I was extremely sad when I did not find a second season, and probably it's not going to be a second season. They have passed 14 years since it aired, and yes, it will not have a second season. But I'm trying to find the light novel in order to read it from the beginning and see what's the true end, because where they left us was actually Naru being in bed, and yes, it was not such a cool, nice ending. I wanted more. Okay, I wanted more. I will definitely rewatch it, and I will definitely rewatch it with one of my normie friends, because I have normie friends that are very into horror stories. This is not such a big horror story, but there are some parts of it that make it really horror. It's not like Corpse Party, if that's what you're asking. Nothing in horror can actually touch Corpse Party, because that was freaking hellish, and again, it was better to read the manga of Corpse Party, not see the anime. Back in Ghost Hunt was real good, amazing. I loved it. I still love it. It's one of the anime that will remain in my mind forever, even if it was one of my first anime. Yeah, I still remember it because it was freaking amazing. It was nice. It was extremely nice for me. I loved it. So this was today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I upload videos every week, and if you liked what you saw, please subscribe and put a like. It means the world to me. Thank you for having this time to watch this video. I will see you guys next week. Bye!